Are we live? I think we're live.
Who are we? It's so funny. I have to put on my glasses. But we are. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Welcome, everybody watching and
Welcome.
having a talk here with Lauren. And Lauren is an amazing translator from Germany. And just before this live, I asked her what pops for you to talk about and what will be a contribution to everybody. And you chose the subject for tonight, which is
Allowance.
yay. And I
Yeah.
was in allowance to say, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. What made you think about the subject?
So usually I don't think about subjects, but it just comes up, whenever the time is right, you know what to do. That's also another great advantage from foundation on all the access classes. Um, but it came up for me because I was like, I had such a short night and I had a sleep in the afternoon and I feel a bit tired. I would like to go sleep. But then I was like, yeah, what if I don't have to be perfect and super awake to do this live? And the allowance it creates to just be in the state what you are in at the moment, but still not judge yourself for it. Because in my family, there was a lot of judgment around being tired and tiredness and being lazy, and you can't show people that you're tired, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, with access, it creates such an allowance to just be with whatever is right now and not make it wrong. And that takes so much pressure out of your life. And yeah, it just creates a different space and relaxation and possibilities. Because
Exactly.
a lot of times when you have these judgments and you say like, I can't go out like this or like that, or I'm too tired to do this and that, you like cut yourself off from possibilities, right?
You do. You do. And allowance is nothing more than just letting go of all the resistance of what's going on. If you can let go of resistance, and we create resistance by thinking right and wrong, like you just said,
Yeah.
or even having this pressure from or dead people who don't live here anymore, like your grandparents, and this family thing that you have to be and behave and in a certain way. What if you can let it go and have no resistance, no points of view, and you said the beautiful word relaxation in
Hmm.
whatever there is, like I can breathe, I'm okay. And you just ask yourself the question, is it okay for me? Is my body happy when I do it like this? And you're okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the being wants something and the body isn't in allowance, and the other way around. So that's also possible.
Yeah, of course. And I didn't mean like if you're tired and you really want to sleep, then just sleep. Like if your body really tells you, I need some sleep, then yeah, of course. But I used to live in that sort of um, state that, I'm too tired, I can't do this, but all the time. So that was my excuse not to do things. But when I changed it with allowance, I was like, I don't have an excuse anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I
Yeah.
like about the question, is it personalities or is it my being?
Mm.
And then you realize, oh, it's all personalities. And you can let go of them. Okay, I chose that, no problem. And be
Mm.
allowance of you, no judgment of you. And
Yeah.
it's so okay. It's
Yeah.
so okay. And then you choose, what frequency do I want to be on? Do I want to keep it like this? I'm tired and I'll stop myself and I use my tiredness to stop myself. I don't want to be big. And or do you want a different frequencies with more choices and more possibilities, more questions and
Mm.
even more choices? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and even
And
if you have a day where you think like, I want to be grumpy, be an allowance of being
yeah.
grumpy.
Yeah. And don't beat yourself up for it,
No.
because that makes it even worse. And then you get like in this circle where you can't get out of it anymore because you keep judging yourself for it. It just makes it worse.
It makes it worse. Then we're
But
in the prismatic prisons of judgment.
yeah,
Totally. We
yeah,
lock ourselves up in our judgments. And basically, if you're grumpy for a bit, sure. And then start asking questions again.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are so many great questions that we also will open in the foundation, right? So, like one question, I just want to give one example. You have to come
Hey.
for the rest of the great questions to the foundation. But what changed it so much for me was like, how can I have fun with that?
Oh, I love that one.
Because whoever thinks about having fun with being grumpy,
I love that. Yes.
that's so far-fetched. Like if you're being grumpy, the least thing you think about is having fun, right? But when you ask
Definitely.
this but then I got to a stage where I just kept asking this question and it got so much lighter and it changed the whole way of me, or the time you stay in that sort of energy,
Yes. Yeah.
grumpy energy. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful question because that question always makes me laugh and makes me see how silly I am. And especially now with all the personality things coming up, it's like, oh my God, I bought it as one of my stories that I am like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
no. Yeah. And that is so beautiful. And it makes me laugh. Sure, you can have fun with it. And you think, oh my God, I'm not being, I'm doing drama and stuff. And yeah. And when you can have fun with that, you're over it. It's not yours anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it so. I love that. Yeah, yeah. Do you have other favorites questions to go to?
Yeah, I actually used one today. So I was with clients and it was a bit of a stressful situation for them. Um, we went to a doctor and it was about their child having ADHD, and it's like they were super stressed before the appointment, so they didn't talk to me because it was so in there, like a prison,
Yeah,
right?
oh,
Like we talked about it before. Um, and then I kept asking this question, okay, what does everyone require here? What do they need, and how um how does it get easy?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
And then the appointment was really smooth.
Wow.
Like when we went inside the doctor and I supported them, and it went really, really well. And after that, we had the best conversation ever. Like we even talked after the appointment for a while, and it was really lovely.
Yeah,
So, and they were so thankful, even though I didn't do much. I was just sitting with them, but they were just really, really grateful for me
yeah,
being there. And I didn't even tell them or ask them questions. It was just the energy that I was. Yeah.
yeah. And so many people are not used to being around other people who do not judge. So
Yeah.
that gives so much space, and it's such a relief for bodies to be with people who do not judge you. You just be there. And
Yeah.
yeah. And also, I love the question about ease. Sometimes when we, not just when we're grumpy, but we're in situation we consider difficult, we forget to ask for ease because
Mm.
it's not in our universe, because we're like into the drama, into the difficulties, and we love problems. And
Yeah.
that makes us feel alive, problems. And we think we're living then and we're doing, and forget to ask about ease.
Yeah.
And what if we can have ease with it? And I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, even just asking or knowing in that moment, when, because people usually forget that they can ask a question. When you are in, I don't know, anger or grumpiness or sadness, whatever, you forget your tools because you are so busy with these emotions.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you start, I actually could ask a question, it changes in that instant, and it's so empowering. And only that moment changes everything, I feel.
And that's the beauty, because we will
Yeah.
always have choice to ask questions, choice to follow what's light for you, and take charge again, in communion with all, but take charge of our own life and
Yeah.
live and create it. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. I like. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm having a bit of a cold. Already
Oh,
a week, like processing. So, and that's also okay. I'm in allowance of it.
yeah. And that's also something that will be discussed probably in the foundation, like sickness or illness is not what we think it is.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're going to talk about how aware our bodies are and how magnificent healers they are, but we don't always use it in our advantage if we're not using our awareness. Yeah, that's one of the, I love that topic. And there's so many beautiful topics in the foundation.
Yeah.
And you switched to foundation because we're going to have one in Berlin. Yay! Beautiful Berlin. Where I've never been, but everything I see from Berlin, I was like, oh yeah, I want to see it. So yeah, November.
Yeah.
You're going to translate?
Sorry?
You're going to translate for people who require that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will translate into German.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm a bit
German.
excited about it because it's the first live class. I've translated like online classes. Yeah, I'm super excited and a little bit nervous.
You're excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And it's okay if you have this like tingling of excitement, and we often confuse it with like being, ooh, this is scary. And what if there's no right and wrong? Let's be and allow it's there. Yeah. And that is so funny because I always also translate and to Dutch. When you say a word wrong in your idea, sometimes it just hits the person like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
So everything's the opposite of what it appears to be.
Yeah. And that's like the red line, or what do you say? Like the
I totally get it. The threats, like
yeah, like the base, what you learn in foundation, whatever you thought until now was true appears to be something else, something better, something way better.
Way better.
Yeah. And I love that it touches every area of your life. It's like when we talked about illness and bodies and awareness, but also allowance and how you interact with other people. It's like everything in your life will change.
Yeah, we talk about the visible and the not so visible. We talk about money. And the beauty is every single question is welcome.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are people in the foundation that think, oh no, I'm not going to ask that. I'm the only one. You never are. One question is always for the whole group contribution.
Yeah.
And whatever the subject is, everything is welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. And we're going to be having the foundation in November.
Yes, 21st of November until 24th of November.
Yes.
3.5 days.
Yeah. And there's a little one next to you, or not?
Yes.
She wants your attention.
Oh, yes. By the way, children are also welcome.
They are, yes.
To join their parents.
Yeah. And please reach out to me, to Lauren, to Astrid, to Steffi. They are both the hosts. if you have any questions, yeah, we put the link underneath here. So yeah, we hope to see you in Berlin for what we talked about and way more stuff, and body processes and fun.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And
Yeah.
maybe even sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
want to. There's enough beds in the house. So
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah.